Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today we've been taking a look at the Spider-Man No Way Home Marvel Legends integrated suit, Peter Parker, aka of course Spider-Man. Big surprise at the end of Far From Home. But I got this in from GameStop because the whole wave apparently just was like, surprise, we're up for order, except for Miles. Miles was sold out, which I'm still bitter about because he's the one that I wanted the most. But I did manage to snag the integrated suit Spider-Man, the Doctor Strange, and the J. Jonah Jameson. So I will be taking a look at those. But without further ado, let's get into what Peter comes with. So as you can see on the figure, he comes with a 1 thwip hand and a fist. He also comes with alternates, so you can have 2 thwip or 2 fists. And these look really nice. They have nice detailing on them. The webs are sculpted in. It's a very nice metallic gold, but very nice matte red and matte dark gray because it's not quite black, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But these have just the standard Spider-Man hinges. They look great. Of course, no wall-crawling hands because we can't have wall-crawling hands with the MCU Spider-Mans for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is. Pulling Spider-Man in for a closer look at the detail, you can see the head sculpt looks very nice, as I was talking about the matte red before. And you can see he has the black on the lenses, but this is a dark gray on the suit. So that's a little strange. I'm not quite sure why he has dark gray instead of black, but the head sculpt is actually different because if we bring in the Far From Home, the one that I tried to do a black wash on, which I have a better idea that I'm going to try on this one, which I may make a video about it. We will see. But different because if you look, the lenses are almost kind of shaped like the Raimi suit. Raimi Spider-Man. Like, does anyone else notice that? They kind of have that more angular kind of thing going on. It looks cool. I like it. But the Spider, of course, it is basically this is the integrated suit. So it seems like he's taking his suit from Far From Home and then the Iron Spider suit and maybe, adding some other stuff to it as well. But integrating all of those together to make this suit. And it looks nice. At first I was like, oh my God, that is so freaking ugly. What is that suit? Why does it look so bad? But as time has gone on, it's actually really grown on me. I really like it. And it looks good. You see the same, Iron Spider I was talking about has the big spider and all that stuff from it, the kind of detailing throughout that is very reminiscent of the Iron Spider suit, as well as the web/wrist gauntlet things, which the hands just pop out normally. And these are removable pieces, and you can see the wrist a little thinner to port this on. So if you want to take these off, for some ACBA, have Peter Parker working on making the suit or whatever, you could do that. And that's pretty cool. Taking a look at the legs, as I was talking about, you can see the detailing all throughout. This would look probably good with a wash over it as well. All the gray, detailed parts, as well as filling in the web lines, because for some reason they don't fill the well in the web lines, and they don't give us wall crawling hands. I'm not quite sure why they don't do that with the figures, with the MCU Spider-Mans, but, whatever. There's a weird, hole in the plastic on mine right here. It looks like a spider bite, honestly. It looks like Spider-Man got bit by a spider. Who'd have thought? Taking a look at the detail on the back, it looks pretty good. Spider looks great. I still think, imagine this suit, but, the dark gray is actually black. Kind of smooth this out so it's not, super techy. Make these silver or something, like how he looks in What If and at the Disney park or whatever, and then make the spider white. I think that would look so cool. I think that would look really cool. Make it look like Spider-Man PS4, mixed with What If, mixed with the MCU, mixed with the comic book. I think that would be, that would truly be an integrated suit. Now let's take a look at the articulation on this figure. It's actually pretty good. So we have the new standard. Oh, you're seeing the neck start to come off right there. I don't like that. That's something that I don't understand about this figure. And a lot of the Spider-Mans, for some reason, because Miles has it too, Miles has that really ugly cut around his neck, and it makes no sense. And I'll get into why in a minute. But obviously has the normal ball joint like that. So all together, you can get the head going up. Whoa, why did it catch right there? That was mildly concerning. Is this good? It's not broken in there. Yeah, okay, we're good. Head can go up that far, which is really good. Go down, tilt, rotation, so you can get some of that Spider-Man sass and whatnot all throughout, which is good. But as I was saying, you got the this line right here where the neck is a separate piece. Why? I don't get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. They're kind of trying to do what Star Wars was doing, and I get it for characters that have a suit and then a neck, and then the neck is skin tone or a different tone or whatever, so you don't have to worry about painting that and paint rub and whatnot. But it doesn't make sense for this figure unless, now hear me out here. Granted, we're getting that unmasked Peter Parker, so I doubt it, and for some reason they do very few and far between unmasked Peter Parkers. And then this also brings up Miles again from this same wave. if we're going to get this piece right here, why not make it like the Mark 85 Iron Man and have the whole neck come out too, so then we can actually get a half mask. So then whenever you put a human head on here, it is actually looks like the mask is gone instead of just the neck going all the way up, the suit going all the way up the neck and into the head. I think that would be pretty cool. But, you know, maybe they'll do it one day, maybe they won't. Some customizers might be able to get a hold of it too and do that. Might make it easier on them for customizing, instead of just sanding it down and painting it. But the shoulders go out that far, not great. Rotate, of course, bicep swivel, elbows, pinless elbows and legs, but they go up pretty much all the way, really good. As I already said, standard wrist articulation goes back and forth, rotation. Now, I skipped over the butterfly joints because for some reason, I don't know if mine are stuck. I haven't watched anybody else's videos to see what the problem is, but you can see how much clearance there is, but for some reason, they only go back to right there. So they're basically useless because you really can't get them to go forward or back that much. Because if you bring in, once again, the Far From Home figure, look at how far that butterfly joint goes. Like, that can go all the way back behind him, and it looks amazing, but don't have that on this. And as for his ab crunch, you can go that far forward and that far back, and then a waist swivel. I wish they would have given him the retro Spidey articulation. I think that would have been awesome to finally get an MCU Spider-Man that has that, you know, the diaphragm ball joint and then the waist ab crunch. But, you know, maybe someday. And then as for his legs, you can see there's a little bit of gap here, which is good because leg can go that far forward and that far back, which is, it's all right. Legs go out really freaking far. So awesome. They finally, I don't think that was a problem. Was that a problem on this last one? No, this one also could do it, but it goes out a little more. So in the Far From Home one. So that's pretty awesome. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which again I said are pinless, which is awesome. They can go all the way back, kick his own back. So Robo will be happy about that. Foot can go back that far, forward that far. Actually, can go forward one extra click. You just got to move this foot to the side a little bit. And then, of course, ankle pivot. Articulation is pretty solid. And now moving on to some size comparisons. As for the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man comparison, here he is next to the Far From Home Mafex Spider-Man, which I gave from the Iron Spider Gauntlets, which I've talked about in a couple of videos, just to throw them on there, just to see how they look. And then the Marvel Legends Far From Home Spider-Man, and I don't think this looks bad either. I can't wait until we get the Figuarts Spider-Man integrated suit, because that figure looks, it looks a little wonky proportion-wise. Like, it looks a little, I don't really know how to describe it. It doesn't look like proportionally accurate, but it looks very fun, and it's only $30, so of course I got that because that's awesome. And then whenever the Mafex one comes out, unless the Figuarts one's absolute freaking amazing, we will see, you know, we'll see what I end up getting. But I think this looks really good. I think the proportions look better on this one compared to the Far From Home. I think he looks a little bit more broad and looks like he's wearing a little bit more armor this time, because he is wearing armor, you know, integrated suit. And then of course the Mafex one's a little shorter, but not bad. And as I said, I got these from this wave. Here he's next to Lopsided. We'll get into it in the Doctor Strange review. Doctor Strange, and then the J. Jonah Jameson from this same Armadillo wave, aka the No Way Home wave. And this looks really good too. I'm not exactly sure how tall J.K. Simmons is in comparison to Tom Holland, but still is awesome. Of course, I had to do it. Here he is next to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2, maybe made after the first Spider-Man. I don't know. But the Toy Biz figure, which is still one of the best Spider-Man figures ever, to me at least. And then the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the Marvel Legends one from Hasbro. And these look really good. I had to do this for obvious reasons. Had to move back a little bit for Venom, but here he is next to the Marvel Legends Venom and then the Mezco Daredevil. And I think this looks really good, honestly. I'm not exactly sure how tall Venom is supposed to be, but in my mind's eye, I think that this, along with Matt, look really great. And last but not least, because it's October, I figured, why not compare him next to Zombie Cap from the Marvel Legends What If wave. And this looks good. So if you want to have him fight Zombie Cap, you could do that. I mean, the integrated suit would probably be better, more equipped to fight than his, I don't even know what we're calling that suit. I guess the Disney suit, the What If suit, Zombie Hunter, Spider-Man suit, whatever you want to call it. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. I got it because it went up for order, and I was like, okay, I'm going to grab it because I'm impatient for the Figuarts, and it looked good, and I wanted to give it a shot. And I'm very glad that I did, because it's very fun. I had a lot of fun posing it, and if you're a fan of MCU Spider-Man, if you're a fan of the suit design, I think that you'll be very impressed as well. I think it's really good. I mean, it's no Mafex, it's no Sentinel Spider-Man, the Miles figure, because that is just, whew, It's no Mayfex, no figure arts, nothing like that. But it's good. It's very good for what it is, the price that it is. And I mean, really, when you take into shipping and stuff, if you were to get it on GameStop or something like that, you might as well just get the freaking figure arts one from Ami, I guess, because that's so mind-boggling that that figure is $30. I mean, obviously, you know, shipping, of course, overseas, so it's about like 10, 15 bucks or whatever. But that's still insane. I'm very excited for No Way Home, for these figures, and I will be taking a look at the rest of them, as I said, as well as Mobius. I forgot about Mobius. So, because he came in, and I had so much fun with him, and just, you know, put him in pose, and then just going, wow. Because, of course. So that's going to do it for me, and I will see you all tomorrow, maybe? I'll catch you in the next one.